Hello, everyone, and welcome to All on the Table. My name is Jen Giggles. I am your host today, playing Rafe LeBeau. I'm in here with everyone else. Jenny refreshed her video, so let me get that put back in just a second. And let's just do everybody else's introductions. Everybody's on the screen now. Take it away, Jenny.
Hello, I am Jenny, she, her, and I am the keeper of secrets for this game. I pass to Yorick.
Hi, I'm Lee. He, they, also playing as Yorick, the Jotun, also he, they. He's a little bit of a himbo no, he's not a barbarian, he's a sorcerer. Sometimes he thinks he's a barbarian, but he has magic, so he's cool. And he is very sweet, high charisma, and just a general sweetheart who has no idea what's going on half the time, but he's cool. And then we have Yona, because if we keep going that way, I guess.
Howdy. I'm nobody, they, them, and I'll be playing the role of Yolna Wodwasa, a Leonin druid who is actually starting to be pretty entertained by how this is going.
And you pass to...
Oh, I'm sorry. My head. Let's just pass to Jen, I think, if we're going around in a circle.
We are going around in a circle, and I've done my introductions. You know me. You may not love me, but you know me. I'll pass it over to my good friend, Nick.
Hello, I'm Nick. He, they. I am playing Sorknir Starcaller, a dwarf with quite a past and hopefully quite a future in front of him, who is also he, they. And I believe that is all of the introductions. So back to you, Jenny.
Yes, so as a recap of what happened at the end of happened last session, at the beginning of the session, you guys had just reached the Pleasure City, which is, if I remember how I described it, it's kind of like a Middle Eastern city. Did I explain? Is that how I described it last time?
Maybe. So kind of like ancient Baghdad. At the height of it.
Yeah, kind of like an Aladdin city. Like picture Aladdin.
Yeah, Baghdad at the height of its glory days.
Yeah. And you guys followed the pull of the divine power, found the statue. Rafe went and did the most cool thing. Climbed up the statue and stuck her daggers in the sheaths, which opened the way into the underground catacombs. Then one of you was the idiot enough to disturb the dragon skeleton. Said dragon skeleton then started to come alive. Then it got... It was Rafe. I wasn't going to point fingers, Rafe, but someone, that's why I said someone, was dumb enough to disturb the dragon skeleton, awoke the dragon in it, then it was appeased. You guys continued on, found the daggers, and on your way out, you run into what looks like Frau. That is where we left off, on that cliffhanger.
Yep. That's where we left off, all right.
Oh, Rafe took the cake. We're on a quest.
Told you. There are new emojis out there. So.
Those are funny.
Feel free and join us. The cake was provided by our wonderful friend Sunberry. She's a friend of the channel. If she's streaming when we get done, we'll raid over to her channel. Depends on who's on when we're done. All right. So I have 4 daggers on me right now, and they are all sheathed. So since all 4 daggers are in sheaths, we're just going to move forward towards this apparition of Fro.
Fro-looking character. I want everyone but Rafe to do a... Crap. Strength is how hard you can throw a tomato. Constitution is how rotten a tomato you can eat. Intelligence is knowing
that a tomato is a
intelligence
fruit.
Is knowing it doesn't go in a fruit salad.
No, tomato.
That's wisdom.
Wisdom is knowing not to
is-
put a tomato in a fruit salad.
Yeah, intelligence is knowing it's
Spelling
technically a fruit
salsa
biologically.
is charisma.
Yeah, selling
Yeah, I'm trying-
tomato-based fruit salad is salsa. Is
So
charisma.
knowing a tomato is not a fruit is intelligence. Knowing you don't put it in a fruit salad is wisdom.
Well,
Okay.
technically, tomatoes are fruits the same way eggplants are fruits. Like it gets actually. One
So
could
are
argue-
gourds, but that's beside the point. They're technically a fruit.
Sorry, there's a really cool thingamabob with that, but I'll
We
save it for
know
later.
there's some really weird stuff you can get out there. But I'll make the beer out of the pumpkin. You can keep the tomato. It doesn't make good beer.
Oh, sure.
Or wine, for that matter.
Tomato beer isn't good.
But
It
it's-
tastes nasty.
Well, tomatoes are like the GNC of trans vegetables.
They're what?
There's a gender
you think about all the
non-conforming
vegetables that are
trans
technically
vegetable.
fruits biologically, so they're
I thought you meant like
trans
GNC,
vegetables, where they're like, yeah, no, they're not biologically, but they're vegetables, really, culturally. Except tomatoes are like the gender non-conforming ones that are like everyone kind of picks on because they are the closest to the opposite. If fruit or vegetable were gender, I thought about this a lot.
Apparently. So we're moving towards
Yeah,
Fro,
I'm just trying to...
and it's an insight check to realize something about what they're seeing.
Oh yes, insight check.
It's pretty much insight, trying to figure out where the fuck, like, what the fuck you're seeing.
All right. Okay, insight. It's the first roll of the
Rafe
game.
Rafe does not believe that it's for
Rick does not believe anything.
I mean, that's fair.
And
Insight.
Sorkir, you have advantage because of your deep knowledge of Fro.
I got a 12, if that helps.
Okay.
16.
Okay. Iona?
23.
Okay, all 3 of you know it is Fro.
Yay, it's Fro. Hi, Fro.
Sorknir, roll religion.
$21.
Okay, you are all that is more than enough for that, but you also need to roll an arcana for the second half of what is going on.
There is a magic yet at play here. 19.
Okay, so you know that this is not the Fro, you know, and Iona definitely knows, but Yorick doesn't know this, but you all know it's Fro, but Sarknir and Iona know it is not the Fro you met, but it is still Fro.
Uh-huh.
Because
Okay.
the Fro you met was like a physical avatar. Sorknir's next 2 things was, you know, this is their main body, and there is also a cloaking field on either side of them. So there are 2 other beings that are cloaked.
Gotcha. Do you still know me, old friends?
Yes.
Why not let your friends be seen?
Fro's feathers just kind of puff up like surprised. And she literally and Fro literally just goes like raises her wings, they expand, and then when she's dropping them, as she drops them, they the cloaking field around 2 beings drops.
What were those 2 there the whole time?
Yes.
Oh, it was like magic, like a invisibility spell or something, right? And Fro just dropped it. I didn't know Fro could cast invisibility. Okay.
It wasn't invisibility. It was cloaking.
But isn't cloaking just invisibility? But because that's what I mean, other than like cloaks. But I think you meant like cloaking that's like invisibility, right?
Invisibility can be dispelled. Cloaking can't.
So
Cloaking
it's just
divine.
extra good invisibility.
Cloaking divine spell.
Okay, but if it does the same thing, it's
And by that
where you get
meaning, it's literally something only a deity can cast.
all right. True, but
Level
Yorick
spell.
does not know this. Yorick,
It's a deific spell.
why would you call Yorick is just like it's just invisibility, but fancy. You could just call it fancy invisibility.
Sorkir can explain it. Because Sorkir's heard that the explanation of the difference in cloaking and invisibility before.
Yorick will probably get confused, but
The difference is always between sorcerers and gods, friend.
Well, yeah, that's why it's extra good and can't get dispelled because it's cast by a god.
That's one way to look at it. Yes.
But who are question for the DM? Who just got revealed?
You guys don't know them.
Okay, what do they look like?
And Rafe, Iona, and Yorick roll Constitution check. Saving throws.
Okay, I
Raise a
really good at those.
Constitution. They're eldritch beings.
Of course they are. Hey,
That would be Constitution, right?
Yeah, if you say it is your DM, you could.
Depends. It's what you're resisting. So yeah.
Insanity.
That'd be
mental
wisdom.
skill rather than
Yeah, it would be
physical
more like
damage.
wisdom, unless it's some sort of
Madness.
physical, visceral thing.
Yeah, if it's not physical, if it's a mental resistance, it's typically wisdom. Physical resistance is typically constitution. For
it's like a
I would
physical
push
force.
Constitution saves just because then I don't utterly fail it.
It's literally it's a physical force.
All
They're
right.
eldritch beings. When the cloaking was dropped, a physical force exuded from them.
Okay.
Oh, well, I mean, it's still I do better on Constitution saves. That's a 20, dirty 20.
I got 12.
Okay, Iona?
I'm also sitting on a dirty 20.
Okay. 3 out of the 4 of you are fine. Yorick, not so much. Yorick gets blown backwards by 10 feet. And drops 2 hit points.
Oh, ow. Ow.
You hit a wall.
Ow. 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 That wasn't very nice.
The rest of you just, like, Sorknir is unaffected. But Iona and Rafe, you guys just slide back a couple feet.
That's okay.
I've eaten a squid before. It's not that strange.
Okay.
Okay. Fro literally just folds one of their wings and just like rubs a couple of their feathers together, and it makes a snap sound, and you regain those 2 hit points.
Okay. I was okay. I didn't need. Thank you, Fro. Thank you.
It's still one of those things because you're a squishy mage.
That's squishy. I mean, I'm not that squishy.
You're a mage. Mages are squishy.
I'm not that squishy. I have a really good con. He's a Goliath
That's
and a
literally
human and a
Fro.
badass.
That's literally Fro saying that.
Fro, I'm not that squishy.
Yeah. These are my attendants.
Moving up in the world, are we?
Return to main body.
So, with the
There's
other, does that mean you weren't before you had a? Does that mean that body that you had before wasn't your main body?
Avatar.
Is that why it kept doing weird things like getting bigger?
Yes.
Okay.
But I can
mean,
do
I
that.
wouldn't call that weird. Some people just get bigger sometimes.
I mean, there's whole species of giantkin that can change their size. I mean,
Yeah, she goes from an owlin to a medium-sized snowy owl. She doesn't turn humanoid. She just goes from owlin to snowy owl.
and what can we do for you today, Fro?
Felt the daggers getting retrieved.
What about the daggers?
I felt they had been disturbed.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah. Well, we
I know
could,
you have them,
disturb them.
right?
Maybe I do. So what about it? We were asked to
And Ray,
retrieve the equipment.
I'm going to need. Wait, is there a save against Arcana?
In
I mean,
Arcana?
deception check, right? Yeah, it'd be like a deception check, right? If if
If a spell is being cast at you, there is always a save against that spell depending on the type of spell.
yeah.
That
Someone's
includes
just trying
divine
to know
abilities,
something at
usually.
you can't save that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're wanting like
Roll your
just
spell-
like arcane
roll your
energy,
spell
you can do
save.
like an opposed Arcana check.
Yeah, if you wanted to do it post Arcana checks for
Yeah.
identifying I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an opposed Arcana. I just gotta pull up my dice. Forgot to pull them up before.
Ah.
I just got a nat 20
Ooh.
for a
Nice.
total of 25.
Rafe's
Nice.
you know, Rafe's
I mean, it
badass.
is
We all know this.
possible to surpass me because, it's only a 25, but still.
Sorknir's first under 10 roll of the day, 14.
Oh no, it was just Rafe that needed to roll that.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Rafe is in yeah.
So you got your bad numbers out on the roll that didn't actually matter, which is good.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm using my good ones now. I have
Sorknir
rubber
just like
dice, so I
freaked
know how
out
to
and thought
try
it was
those.
coming at him, and he screws up and nothing happens, and he's just there like.
I have rubber dice.
28.
They're literally made out of like bouncy rubber. They're bouncy balls. They bounce everywhere.
The divine spell is a 28.
Ooh. And now, I do have a nat 20, but it's still only a 25.
No, that's without bonuses.
Yeah. That hurts.
She got a nat because it was a 2d20 roll for the divine spell.
Oh,
It was a nat 20 and an 8.
interesting. Not advantage, just double roll, because it's that powerful.
Yeah, it's a divine spell.
All right, fair enough.
And so, yeah, and then with the bonuses, it would be 36.
Okay.
But either way, so Crow goes and snaps her feathers again, and the Romulan daggers glow.
They're in a sheath. Do the hilts actually glow? Or just the
whole
blades?
dagger glow.
Okay. And I said, yeah, so. I did say, yeah, so we were asked to retrieve the daggers.
Good. Brain. Oh yeah, this was. Why'd you lie?
I never lied. I said maybe I do, maybe I don't.
Is that a lie though? I
It's
feel
not a
like that's
lie.
a no.
just
It's not like a lie, but it
It's
seems kind of.
deception.
I mean,
It's not
more
even
like
it's not a deception. It's just an omission of
Deception.
information.
It's a-
It's not the same thing at
it's a-
all.
evasion.
Attempted deception.
It's evasion. It's
Evasion,
exactly.
yeah, which is still kind of sketch, but like less sketch than deception, and like even less sketch than actually lying.
I mean, the whole question is, what does it matter? Right? I'm not giving them to you. You aren't the one who they belong to. So what does it matter that I have them or not?
There is that, but I mean, Fro's a friend and was asking for friend reasons, right? So,
But if Fro
I was
is
making
automatically
sure you
here
were
as
the
soon as
one
we
that
grab them,
had
something
that.
suspicious is happening. That's my
Besides
theory.
which,
I don't
Darling,
trust
you were the
anyone.
ones that had them, not the other people.
Darling, if you can just kind of sense when these things are disturbed, why is now the first time you've shown up? Surely you should have noticed when the other ones were taken.
I wasn't in my main body.
I see.
My avatar doesn't have that ability.
Don't suppose you could tell us if the rest of them are in place?
oh yeah, you could tell us, and then we could do the thing.
I don't know where they are, but I can tell if they've been moved.
Well, did they get moved in like the past?
No, well, no. No, I was resetting my roller because I have to roll for this because she's doing another spell. Okay. She starts to glow, and the glow lasts for about 20 minutes. And when the glow dies down, she says, everything else is where it's supposed to be.
Well, that's good. Probably should go and like check on it and make sure nothing happened between now and when the later.
Only ones that have moved are the daggers,
Which is
the
us.
breastplate, and the helmet.
And the breastplate and the helmet were stolen. So should we?
I
No,
can't.
that seems fine. Then we should all just go home.
Well, no, because we gotta find the breastplate and the helmet first, and then we gotta check to make sure the others don't get stolen later, right?
We were asked
And
to
then-
retrieve the equipment and return it.
Right. So we gotta find the breastplate and the helmet.
We also have to find. There's also the greaves, if I recall.
Yeah, the greaves, the gauntlets,
And
the boots.
right, you've got.
I mean, the boots are greaves. That's the same thing, really.
Well, not necessarily. Greaves go on
No.
top of the boots, right? They go from the knee to the ankle, and
The
then
leg guards is the greaves. The boots is below the boots. Below the greaves.
yeah, I feel like greaves go knee down, right? So you can, unless
Yeah.
you
They're
have really
strapped
tall
to boots. Usually, they sometimes they're permanently mounted.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
no, these are no. They're
Apparently these
separate.
aren't.
They're a separate item.
And if it's Roman armor, there's also the skirt.
Unless that was attached to the breastplate, depending on stylized.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they style it so the breast, like there's one piece that goes down with.
Yeah, and it's the waist strap contains the entirety of the skirt and all that. Yeah, depending on how you did it. But
Yeah, if you attach that to the breastplate or not. Do we have a picture of the armor?
No.
No.
Of course not.
At one point, I had one, but I have lost the ability to retrieve it
Okay.
because I
Fair
can't find the picture again. The phone I
Alright.
had it on broke,
Oh, interesting.
and I wasn't able to retrieve it off the phone.
So it became a meta thing that we have no idea what we're looking for. Cool.
Oh no, you guys never knew what the actual armor looked like. It was
True. Even if you'd had the picture as the DM, you wouldn't have told us as characters because we had no idea. Essentially.
Yeah. No,
Alright.
I would have shown you guys the picture.
As players,
because
but not as characters.
Yeah.
Fair.
No, as characters, you guys would have seen what the armor looked like in the temple.
But because... Oh, right! So we do know what we're looking for. Just
Yeah,
us as
you know
players
what
have no
the
idea.
armor looks like. We don't have an actual picture to show. I don't have a picture to show you guys.
That's okay. Just as long as we know in character that we know what it looks like. We know what we're looking for.
Yeah, there's the arm guards, which include the gauntlet, the gloves, the pauldrons, the breastplate, the greaves, the boots, the helmet,
Okay.
the daggers, the staff.
Staff. Staff
Yeah.
too? Oh wow,
Yeah.
we got a lot of stuff to go find.
But
let's move on.
the staff is what is already know, like one of you already knows where it is.
Oh, well that's fine then.
It knows it will
Okay.
be safe.
Okay. That's okay then.
I'm not gonna say which one of you knows where it is
Okay.
because they already know.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Unless
Who
they
they are.
forgot.
Maybe.
They already know
Right.
who they are.
Well, if they
You can
forgot,
him
then it's
whoever it is
extra
after
safe.
the game and remind them if you have to. But
All right, let's move on.
yes.
Right.
We just sat here for like 30 minutes. Let's
Sorry.
keep walking.
Yes. Walking.
Rafe starts off.
I'll follow. Wait. Where what's our plan now?
To go get the next item.
Okay, but which one? Do you have a plan on that?
I
Oh,
think
where is
greaves
it?
are
I'm
the
more
closest.
concerned about the
I think
where.
somebody said the greaves were the closest, so we'll go to the greaves.
Do you have a thought on which way we're going for that? I don't
I'm
have
pretty
a
sure we
detect
had a
boots
map
spell.
in the cart.
Ooh. Yeah, well, we can go check, and if we don't, we plan B.
Because there's a map, and we know where things are, and we can compare the map to where things are. and go
There
there.
was no map of the items.
Yeah, but we were told where all the items are.
Only where 2 of them are.
Oh, well, that's just useless.
The helmet and the knives were the only two you were told about.
Well, maybe I'll work up a dowsing rod using the daggers to find the greaves.
Good luck with that.
All right, let's go.
Rafe is bored. She just got done. She just sat for 20 minutes watching Fro glow. I mean, she's bored. She's ready to go.
I think I could help with your rod of divining.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an experienced sorcerer. You're an experienced artificer. We've got, we can come up with something. And Rafe doesn't care to ask Fro at this point. She's just done. If somebody else asks Fro before they leave, that's up to them. Rafe is walking out.
Yorick is following Rafe because Rafe knows what she's doing, and Yorick will just follow Rafe.
With that, Sorknir turns back to Fro. Is there anything else, friend, that you need to impart before we continue on our quest?
The gauntlets are nearby.
That is handy, yes.
That
I have
is.
to be honest, I never thought I'd see the day when Rafe left before I did.
Also, there is a deep realm nearby.
Truly?
Yes.
Yeah, we walked past the graves of your ancestors here.
That is different.
No, deep realms and dwarf homes are two different things.
Oh, okay.
This
A deep
would
realm
be-
is something that is like where the Balrog in Lord of the Rings was imprisoned.
home to the most fabulous of treasures. It is worth
Also the
exploring.
most dangerous beasts.
Shh. We don't say that part out loud.
Are the gauntlets in the deep realm?
Yes.
That's
Okay.
what we needed to know. All right. That's helpful.
Sarknir's the only one still there that would have been able to ask that question.
Well, yeah, but Sorknir can tell the rest of us later, right?
Yeah.
Right, Sorknir?
Then it seems we have no choice. He calls out loudly to the two as they're leaving. Is he heard? Did you make it? Were you too fast?
No, she's not going super fast. She's just walking out.
We have no choice, friends. We must explore the deep. The gauntlets are nearby.
Okay, fine.
Well,
I'm
nearby
gonna
is
get a good
in
night's sleep
where?
in a nice inn, and then we can go into the deep realm.
Oh,
You do not enjoy our current surroundings.
I mean,
Eh.
it's kind of small.
Burrows
Not
are
in a
nice,
bad way,
cozy,
per se, but
warm. This is cold and foreboding. It's not a nice cozy hole, a dry, warm hole. This is a
also,
cold stone hole. They're different.
well,
don't like spooky holes
underground
full
is
of
also kind of
skeletons?
yeah.
Rafe
it's-
does start singing a weirdly well-known interdimensional tune about those.
Ah.
And no, I'm not going to for copyright because we don't need a copyright
I
strike.
think you get 7 seconds. I think we had a bard, and that's the rule. And then you.
That is
But-
the rule, but we aren't playing somebody else's music, so it's probably okay. We're just not going to do it.
All right, fair.
And Rafe keeps walking while singing that song.
And you're kind of humming along and following because you're just follow Rafe, and Rafe knows what she's doing. You're just follow. It's fine. Rafe knows what
Yorick has very much the wrong impression of her.
Well, also, Yorick also does not like being underground. Like, in a cave is one thing, but even still, it's you get too deep in. It's no, you need to be outside in the ice and the breeze and the outside. Outside is good.
It's
Among
hot
the mountains,
upside,
yeah, you need to be able to see the
upstairs. It's
sky.
hot, not cold.
Sorknir turns to Iolna, somewhat surprised that the druid is taking this all nonchalantly of complaining about being underground, and just. I mean,
Well,
as you
underground
know,
is
that
nature
their
too, right?
preference. And Sorknir begins to follow.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that at all.
Sorknir turns to you and just kind of shrugs. Well, if that is their preference, and begins to walk out and follow after Rafe and Yorick.
I suppose. Goodness knows I've spent better nights in a hole in the ground than I have in inns, but if that's what we're doing. I live in a cave. Walls are weird.
Walls are security.
Rafe doesn't care about either of those. She wants a comfy bed.
I mean,
Okay,
ground
so
is
you
gonna
guys
be
find
comfy.
a local inn, and it happens to be run by a pair of dwarves.
Oh, interesting.
You walk in, and there's not dwarves, halflings. Halflings.
I mean, it's a
Ah.
city of pleasure. There's going to be a very comfy bed here.
Yeah, it's run by a pair of halflings, and they're singing a drinking song from a movie series.
Rafe will join in.
The Hobbit medley.
Rafe will join in and ask, hey, can I get your most comfy bed? The softest, most, pillows possible bed.
That would be the succubus suite.
Yes, please.
It doesn't come with an actual succubus, right?
Rafe doesn't care.
Well, I know, but Yorick is like, wait, this is this kind of city. You gotta double check that this doesn't actually also come.
It comes with a complimentary incubus.
Well, it actually sounds kind of no, focus. We're on a mission. You can't
Rafe is not interested. Rafe is going to bed.
Yorick is.
By the way, happy Asexual Awareness Day.
Yay. Yes.
It's kind of funny. It's Asexual Awareness Day. We're in the Pleasure City.
Irony is sometimes a thing. All right.
And the rest of you?
I want a drink.
Yeah, I'll
Master Dwarf. You're expected.
Then where is my drink?
The bar. And you just look over to the end of the bar, and there's like a 4-foot tall, 4-foot round tankard.
Sorknir nods in approval and makes his way over.
That seems volumetrically suspect, but sure.
It's a dwarven tankard.
It is the big that is a barrel.
That's a dwarven tankard of lightweight.
Stutter.
For the record, every other species would call that a barrel.
Yeah, it's got lightweight charms on it, or lightweight enchantment on it.
Lee, I think you lost sound.
Oh, sorry. I was like, that's actually really clever because I have moved full barrels, and it is
Mm-hmm.
even if you're a dwarf, it's
4
not fun. Not
it's a 4-foot circumference, 4-foot tall tanker, and it's got a handle on it too.
Whatever.
I
It's just
could
pure
use
volume.
some.
Like, no one has a stomach that big.
Sorgir
Well,
hears you and
you
just
ship it
turns
over
around, looks
time,
at
and
you
then
disapprovingly, and then gives you a thumbs up.
I can imagine Sorknir picking it up off the bar, picking it up, turning to Iona, and just starts chugging it while looking at Iona.
He's not doing it aggressively bro style. He'll show Yolna in his own time.
I can I do you we also need rooms for everyone else too. Maybe not the succubus suite, because we I mean, an incubus sounds. I wonder if Rafe would let me. No, no, we're on a mission. No distractions, right? Well,
Rafe is gone. She's in bed. And
yeah,
if you come look for her, you will not see her.
yeah.
Yorick, I imagine as you say no distractions, you look over to Sorknir just, fully engrossed in that barrel. At this point.
Well,
Yeah, I just did the math. That's 376 gallons.
That's
Definitely
more
more
than
liquid than
that's
contained in that dwarf.
a keg is only 31 gallons. A keg is 31.
It's magic. Can we tell you?
I'm
It's
Might
dwarf
I-
physiology for you.
It's dwarven and technology for you.
That doesn't make any sense.
I am could mead and for me and Yona, do you want mead as well? If I'm buying it?
I'd prefer not to, but thank you.
Oh, do you want like milk or something?
Weirdly, most cats are lactose intolerant, so I'm good.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
like juice
yeah.
maybe, or
Thank you for your concern, but no, nothing to worry about, darling.
Okay, well, I guess maybe if you can get me some mead, and we'll need rooms for the night too, I think, because if we have to stay inside where Rafe is, because that's important, right?
Honestly, if you just have like a stable or something I can curl up in, that would be great.
I mean,
There is probably some hay in a stable out back, yeah. That'd be my best guess at any inn.
Yeah.
As Iona walks out of the inn towards the stable, you see Iona sees the carriage.
Oh,
Huh.
well, we need to.
Following us.
I mean,
You guys did just see Fro,
yeah,
and the carriage is sentient.
right. Are the axe beaks inside the carriage, or did they go into the carriage, or do we have to get them in the stable too?
One, the axe beaks have their own stable on the carriage.
Right, but did they go into it, or do?
Two is currently being pulled by 2 giant timber wolves.
What?
That is
Whoa!
wolves made of wood.
Oh, that's different than usual, right?
Yes. Well, it's being pulled by a pair of axe beaks.
Yeah, I remember the axe beaks. That's why I wanted to check on them.
So those things from My Little Pony season 1 are out pulling it?
No.
They're
No,
timber
not like
wolves.
that.
Made out of wood and stone. Timber wolves.
These look nothing like that. It looks like carved wolves, not wolves made of sticks and branches.
Oh, so like somebody took the time to carve a really fancy wolf. Okay.
Pretty much.
And
it
then
looks like someone took a wolf and 3D printed it out of a block of wood.
more like laser engraved. This wood doesn't. But yeah, I get what you mean. But
Enterprise.
Yeah, laser engraved, like laser cut a 3D wolf out of a block of wood.
And then,
And it's not
Are-
smooth either. It's got like hairs and everything. It's living wood.
um,
So it's a living wolf made of wood.
okay. I'm gonna go approach the wolves cautiously. I guess I'll have to get the meat later.
Yark
But
went out there? I think Yona was the one who went outside.
yeah, Yona went outside, but well, did you tell us the carriage is here?
I mean, I don't know that she'd go back in. She doesn't trust that thing. Got to keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Rafe doesn't like
But
it
at least
since
its taste is
prevented her
getting
from
better.
throwing the Tarrasque egg in the lava.
I mean, to be fair, Terry is very chill, so we kind of.
Carrie is no longer with you guys.
I know, but she was very good. That was a good thing. You know, it worked out for the best.
Rafe is spending way too much time with Yolna, the cat. The rabbit and the cat are turning.
Sometimes you just want to push something into lava and see what happens.
Not wrong.
I mean, if it's on the edge of something, I can see the temptation. But I think, well, Rafe will, or not Rafe. Rafe is in bed. Yorick will probably have a few cups of mead and then probably go to secure a room for himself and Sorknir. A room that doesn't come with. Well, Yorick really, really wants an incubus, but will not.
Yorick can have the incubus that came with, Rafe's room. She's not
Yeah.
going to use it.
But first, secure a room for himself and Sorknir.
Well, I mean, if you're sharing a room, maybe you don't want the incubus.
Yeah, that's the whole thing too. Is Sorknir, do
Rafe
you
sent
want
the incubus down.
Also, it is currently it is the eve of the end of Saturnalia.
Ooh,
Saturnia. The end of Saturnia.
Ooh,
So it's like
think-
New Year's Eve.
yeah. Do you think Rafe would mind if we stayed for the festival?
Rafe is asleep.
Yes, I know. I'm
What
asking
are you going to
Sorknir
do?
if Rafe would mind.
Saturnia Eve tonight. So you guys are staying for.
I think we already are staying. You may as well enjoy yourself as
Okay.
I obviously am.
Oh,
All right.
We could have somebody demand a hydrate. Everybody take a water.
Okay. I'm
That was me.
gonna make sure Sorknir has a room key. That he has a room, a place to go back to, just to make sure that he's, just in case. And then I'll get a room for as
Don't
well.
bring anything loud back to our room.
Oh, yeah, we can share. That's fine. I'll okay, fine.
Or take
Rafe's
your
just
own
going to
room.
build the embassy.
It matters not to me.
What?
Oh, Rafe's the marquise, so she can just
She's
kind
the
of
daughter of a duchess. Or a
yeah, she
duke.
can just kind of build mom and like
She's just billing mom for the fancy room because she's exhausted and needs something to comfy to burrow in.
Yeah, she's a Marquess.
Marquioness.
Marquioness.
Marquioness,
That's how you
yeah.
pronounce it. Yorick is not, but I think I have some gold, right? Do I have any gold? That is a good question. Do we have monies for rooms or no?
Yes.
Okay. Then
Alternatively, I think Sorknir was going to charge it to his realm. He thought you needed a room and was going to let you bunk with him. He's plenty happy to have you
yeah,
have your own room if you prefer.
Yorick is kind of was gonna pay for the rooms from his own personal funds because that's what you do for your friends. But if Sorknir has a plan, then Yorick will bunk with Sorknir, but also will then go outside
This is what
check on
happens when
Yona
you travel with a
because
bunch of emissaries
Right.
and
Like,
diplomats.
screw that. Royalties picking up the tab. That's the country's
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to say this before, Iona. When the wolves
Ew.
see you, they melt into the carriage. So the harness, they melt in their harness.
All right, so your taste is getting better, but that doesn't make me like you anymore.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, the dogs aren't being used. You need to get some giant lions to appease her.
I freaking the Yorks are gonna get to see the puppies.
On either side. Oh, there has been a change to the exterior of the caravan, though.
Oh,
It now has depictions of each of your races on it.
so Jotuns, Leonin, Haragon, and dwarfs.
It has a Jotun and a Leonin on one side, and a Haragon and a dwarf on the other.
Interesting. Are they like people we know, or just like random stock photos or
You.
stock art?
They're
Oh.
pictures of you.
Lovely. That's even better.
Okay.
And currently, Iona's is glowing.
Ooh, fancy.
You're nearby. It's agreeing with you. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So Yorick will make sure Sorkner that they have a place that Sorkner can go and for him to go back to in case of trouble. And then go out and check on Yona and make sure she's, settled into a stall and, has a little spot she can curl up and it's, someplace cozy. And then
When Yorick comes out, he sees that his picture starts glowing.
oh, the carriage is here. Okay. Huh. That's
Do you approach your
Sure
picture?
is.
I'm gonna first check on Yona, make sure she's cozy, and that she's, got some place to go. That they set her up just
I
a
think the
spot.
thing is trying to trick us.
Yona, the carriage was here, right?
Yeah, it followed us.
Did you see what is that? Are the axe beaks inside? Do you know?
I have no idea. I've never gone inside that thing. I
Right,
assume they're
they
in
weren't outside. When you were, did it follow like the axe beaks? Well, I mean, you could open the door for them if they were pulling it. That's
But they
common
weren't,
courtesy.
so
So is it moving without? Wait, you can move without them now?
yeah, it doesn't seem to need them anymore.
Oh, okay.
A ramp. Between the two picture, you guys, between the picture of Iona and Yorick, a ramp pops down and the axe beaks walk out and start nuzzling Yorick.
Hi. Okay, good. You're good. Okay, good job. How are you feeling? Healthy? Happy?
They're kind of like perching, like chirping and purring.
Okay, good job. Okay, good. Glad to see you alive. Okay. Kisses for both of you. What do axe beaks like for treats?
Seeds.
Well, they're birds that are about 6 feet tall, so small
Yeah.
rodents. The birds are generally
small
omnivorous.
Seeds.
I mean, if I can get them like coconuts or something like tasty for them.
Snakes.
Ooh.
Scorpions.
Yeah. I'll see if I can't find them.
Anything you can find in the desert.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna give them each little kisses and tell them how awesome they are, and then a little bit of jerky because that's what I have on me. And
They gobble it right up.
okay, good job. Okay, then we're gonna say, maybe, are you cozy? And I'll, do you want to be in the outside stable or the inside stable tonight? What do you think?
They just start chirping and just start walking back towards the carriage.
Okay, cool. I'll
And one
follow
of them
them
turns
in.
to you and kind of like walks over to your picture and just kind of like pokes it and just walks back inside.
Okay, I'm gonna go briefly
Don't
in
do it, Yorick.
to make sure
Don't do
they're
it.
settled
it's like
in.
baiting a fish hook. It's just trying to get you.
The axe beaks aren't part of the carriage. They're living creatures that are sentient.
Yeah,
They know what's going on.
yeah, they're little they're our babies, and we got to take care of them. So I'll make sure they're all settled in, and then I'm gonna go back out, check on Yona, and then do I want to touch the thing? I feel like
You want to get pulled out of the water with a big hook?
well, there's that. Also, are we gonna get a parking ticket where we are, or
No, it is parked with other caravans.
Okay, then we're good. I just want to make sure because this is that's
Yeah, there's other carriages that are parked next, like near it.
okay. So it's okay, cool. Because this is an
No, I
important.
wouldn't put it past this thing to double park just to get a ticket.
Okay.
In the morning, you see like 3 tickets tapped to the driver's seat.
Pointing to the sign clearly chalked in that says small carriages only, and the
This is a large carriage.
Yeah. Yorick will stare at it for a while, and then decide that you should consult with Rafe about this in the morning, and promptly go and. There's probably like stuff going on, right? Like street fest. If it's this big, is there fun stuff going on, or is it?
There's a few things going on. Mostly the taverns are going to get real busy as it gets later.
There's a parade probably happening in like 30 minutes. Everybody's already lining the streets.
You guys happen to check into the largest inn/tavern in the city.
Ooh.
There wasn't happenstance. Rafe intentionally went to find the most expensive place that would have the best bed in the city.
It doesn't mean that it's most expensive, it's just the largest.
That's fair. Yorick is gonna party. Is gonna, Sorknir's fine. He's got his booze and he has a place to crash. And Yona has a nice little cozy stall to curl up in. Rafe's got a bed. Yorick is gonna just party and like vibe with people and just like hang out and not have to like think about saving the world or anything. Just if there's other Jotuns anywhere in the city, Yorick will find them and party.
Roll a perception. Perception. Roll perception.
Ooh, okay. Yorick is getting homesick, and you haven't traded me yet. Oh, it's in that one.
Roll again.
That's a perception. Perception. Do I have any bonus? No. So that's a 15. So good roll, but no bonuses. So 15.
You see in the sky, streaks of ice light.
Ooh. I miss ice light.
Coming from the eastern side of the city.
That means there's probably Jotuns messing around with cool stuff over there.
Ice light is pretty much Jotun fireworks.
Yeah.
It's the Jotun version of fireworks.
Yeah, so they're just messing around, like setting off Roman candles in the backyard, kind of messing around. Oh,
Yeah, probably.
so bad. You know what? Yorick will. It's fine. It's cool. We're gonna be okay. Everyone else is gonna be fine. We're gonna go and see what we can do. Over to the east side.
Sorknir, roll a Constitution check. Oh wait, would avoiding drunkenness be a check or a save?
DM's
save
discretion usually.
Depends. Yeah.
Yeah, DM's
Check.
discretion.
The first one's a
If you're
check.
trying to do something, it's a check. If you're trying to avoid something, it's a save most of the time.
Well, he's getting drunk. I'm just avoiding being an ass.
14.
You're good. The proprietors of the Shirewood Inn walk up to you, Sorknir, and say, "Master Dwarf, I just noticed you're a artificer. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you have any anything that could what is the right word for this? Liven up the Saturnia Eve?"
Sorknir carefully puts down the tankard, turns in his seat to look down at the halfling. How much liveliness are you looking for? A hint of a mischievous smile beginning to creep into his face.
The best Saturnia Eve in the last century would be great.
I might be able to figure something out. Do you have some space for me to work?
This note was left for you a little while ago by a
Narrowing
rather
his
unusual
eyes
creature.
as he takes it. Now immediately suspicious of the request now. And
And
reads the note.
it is sealed. The wax seal has an owl on it.
Of course. And opens it and reads the letter. What does it say?
It says, "Hey Sarknir, hey buddy. I stopped your. So first of all, the carriage is around back by the stable. Second of all, I restocked your workshop and my workshop in the carriage, and I added a little something extra to yours."
Never mind. The carriage will have arrived. I have space there. I will return shortly with some festivities. And he goes and attempts to make some rather awesome makeshift fireworks for the evening.
Oh, they ain't just makeshift fireworks. They're professional. Oh wait, roll dexter. It's a dexterous thing to make fireworks, so dexterity.
I would think this would be using his arcane stuff as an artificer, but we can do dexterity certainly if you want. If he's just like
okay, first roll Arcana, then roll dexterity. Arcana to make them magic. No, dexterity first, then Arcana, because to make the fireworks, then make them magical.
Sleight of hand or just pure dexterity?
Dexterity.
12 for the dexterity.
Okay, and then your Arcana.
Arcana is also 12.
Now roll a D100.
$21.
Ooh. You made some awesome, not just fireworks, mind you, but Roman candles, sparklers, twist bombs, which are the ones they, like when they're going up, they spin.
Oh, good.
And
minor
spark.
information for for everyone. Sorknir goes out and begins handing them out, not paying nearly enough attention, and not realizing that he hands them to several groups of children who should not be given these devices.
The sparklers you can. You're just going out and handing out sparklers and
the twist tops.
And the little tiny rockets. What are those called? Bottle rockets.
Yeah, and the bottle. Yeah,
You hand out bottle rockets and sparklers to the kids.
Yeah,
and then you go right outside the city, and there is a platform set up for you because it was in the letter. It also said there's a platform outside the city for when you finish. You go out there and you set up probably 3,000 fireworks.
All in a day's work.
and you are now waiting for the end of Saturnia. Yorick, we are going back to you and see what you found at the Jotun Quarter.
Ooh, there's a Jotun Quarter. I'm excited. I am.
You made it 15 minutes from the Shirewood Tavern /Inn,
Mhm.
when all of a sudden you reached a wall of perma ice
Oh. Okay.
with a gate and and 2 Jotun guards.
Uh-huh. Um, I'll kind of hold my arm out. May I enter, brothers? And I'll speak
Yes,
in giant.
and they don't even try to stop you. They're just standing there.
All right. Well, it's still nice to ask. It's still polite to ask. And
But also right behind you, you see a tiefling, not tiefling, a tabaxi try to get in, and they stop them immediately and say Jotuns only.
oh,
This
okay.
is the Jotun quarter.
I am a little miffed, but okay. Also, I want to be.
On the other side of the wall is perfect temperature for Jotuns only.
Oh, is it cold? Oh, it's cold. It's probably like 40 degrees or so.
In the middle of a desert. That's amazing.
Yes. It's
Perma
actually not
ice.
hot.
What do you expect?
I am. All right. I'm excited. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
so,
just gonna.
like the ground, and like there's literally a wall around the Jotun quarter
Mhm.
that is made of perma ice, and the ground has giant blocks of perma ice interspersed throughout it, keeping the place freezing.
Just like home. I love it. All right. This is good times. I am excited. I'm just gonna.
There's also snow on the ground.
Oh, I'm gonna make snowballs. Oh, I'm gonna make a little mini snowman, right? Because if there's enough snow, and if there's not, a lot of, I can find some place like a place where no one's, and I'm just gonna make like a little mini snowman, like a couple of little mini snowmen, and then just, I haven't seen snow in, it's we've been like schlepping around the desert and dragging into like weird underground caves, and this is snow. It's fun, and York, it's a little taste of something,
Yeah, and your Emirian is just going ham.
Oh yeah.
Your Emirian is literally just pulling a dolphin in the piles of snow.
Yeah, that's a good job. Okay.
It's like
I'll
it
keep an eye
jumped
on it,
off
make
your,
sure it
it
doesn't,
jumped off your
bother anybody,
shoulder
but
and dove into like a snowbank, and now it's just doing like going like this through the snow.
alright. I'll keep
Just like
an eye on him.
the dolphin hop in
Yeah,
the snow.
I'll keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't like bowl anyone over, or but I'm kind of making little snowmen, and and then
Oh yeah, your Emirian grew, didn't it?
what?
Yes, it did.
Oh, it grew.
I forgot about that. Because when you said it bowling anyone over, that reminded me it had grown
Oh, okay.
from a small to a medium
Oh, all right.
last session.
All right. Okay. Well, that's okay then. That's
Yeah,
fine.
no, it's the size of like a 5-year-old.
Oh, cool. All right.
A 5-year-old Jotun just pulling a dolphin in snowbanks.
I mean, we used to do that as kids. It's fine. This is how Jotun kids exist. It's cool. I just got to make sure he
Yeah,
doesn't do anything
it's
stupid.
not unusual seeing a Jotun or an Emirian doing that.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna keep an eye and make sure he's not bothering anybody. Supervise as
Yeah,
Be the
and
responsible
as
thing.
you're making your little snowman, because for you, little is
I mean, we'll get like the
giant.
base one's about yay big. It's not anything huge. It's just, and then I don't want to.
Little for a Jotun is like 4 feet tall.
Okay, yeah. I'll probably end up as. It's probably a little smaller than that. It's probably like. It's like, like a foot and then a half. Like it's probably like 2 feet on the bottom and then a foot and then like a half a foot. It's like 3.5. Like, it's relatively small for a snowman. Um. Yeah. Ooh. But yeah. But yes, the yeah, we're just Oh, right. So I'm just messing around with the snow because this is home.
And you can definitely tell you're enjoying it, even though none of us are there to see it.
Oh, yeah. York is gonna be really up. Oh, we can't show you because but he doesn't like. He's like, I know it's okay. They don't need to see it. It's okay.
Nick knows exactly what it's like when winter comes for the first time again, and we actually have snow, and how exciting it is. And then it's winter again.
Yeah,
and we're bored because we have to drive in it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but yeah, especially when you're young and York's he's had too much sunshine and blah. Like it's great, but this is home. But yeah, so York is just gonna build like a snowman and spend the big festival day hanging out and building a snowman. It's gonna be great.
Okay, Iona, it is so. You guys had all slept. This is. I probably hadn't explained this very well earlier. It was after you guys had gone to sleep and woke up is when it was the 31st.
Okay.
All
Either
right.
way.
So all of you are awake. It wasn't.
The name an NPC has been redeemed.
Ooh.
Yes.
One of the halflings in charge of the bar is named Horatio Hairyfeet.
What was that?
Horatio
Hairyfeet. What?
Hairyfeet.
Oh, Hairyfeet.
I mean,
Horatio Hairyfeet.
it's the name for a halfling.
And his wife is Jenna Hairyfeet.
Jenna. Okay.
Mr. and Mrs. Hairyfeet.
True. York would probably come back around 2 or 3 in the morning, just like, and because you got to stay with the party.
No, Yorick.
Yeah.
When you woke up is when you saw the Jotun light.
Oh, so in the morning.
Yeah, so this stuff didn't happen in the afternoon. This is after Rafe would have woken up, Iona would have woken up, you both would have woken up.
So
it was the 30th when you guys got to the Shirewood.
Right.
It's the 31st, which is Saturnia Eve.
So we could have. So Rafe agreed to let us stay for an extra day because it's party day.
Rafe has no idea that's happening. She's curled up
That's
under
right.
in a bed.
That's true.
She's burrowed into a bed.
Right, but if it wasn't until the morning, then we wouldn't have had any of the cool experiences, and we would have had
You
to have
still had all the
first
fun
in the morning.
experiences.
Yeah, but we would have had to. Well, we would have had, but we would have had to have decided first thing in the morning that we're going to stay an extra day, right? If that's how the timeline played out.
Sure. Rafe will sleep for an extra day. She's just going to sleep in that bed another day.
She's going to nap all day?
No. She will get up. She will go drinking. She will enjoy herself. And she will go back and sleep in that bed way too early and get up way too late, despite the fact that she didn't get trashed.
She's just, you know what? You get a real cozy bed.
Gonna go have a few glasses of wine and go back and go to bed.
You know what? That
Pretty much.
sounds like a reasonable plan.
Pretty much.
Yeah, York is going to.
So pretty much you went downstairs in the middle of the day and did some day drinking.
And then went back to bed.
Some good food, wandered around, saw some stalls, picked up some trinkets, went back to bed.
Roll 3 D100s, Jen.
Oh.
All right, let's hang on. Whoop. I lost a die. I lost one of my 10s. I can't roll a D100. All right. Close enough. All right, I've got a 43,
Okay.
a 39,
Okay.
and a 65.
Okay, so the 43 is you picked up a City of Pleasure snow globe.
Okay.
What was the second number?
39.
It's a replica of the statue you guys found the daggers under. But an artist's rendition of what they think that it looked like when it was first built.
Okay.
So it's what they think that the statue of the soldier originally looked like.
Okay. Okay.
And the third number?
65.
Your 65 is a ring of light.
Okay.
It acts like a flashlight. Like you hold your hand out like this and it exudes a beam of light out from it.
Okay. Okay.
From the crystal on it.
Sure, that works.
You got one for each of your party members.
So we all get snow globes, replica statues, and rings of light.
No, the light.
Oh,
ring.
just the
you
light.
each get a ring.
No,
You
no.
got-
She
you
would have
got
gotten
the snow globe and the
everybody
statue
the
to yourself.
identical things.
Yeah, you just got yourself you got the rings for everyone, then you got yourself a snow globe and a statue.
No, the snow globe, she would make sure everybody got a snow globe. She would make sure. So you all have a City of Pleasure snow globe. And a flashlight ring.
A ring of light, yeah. Okay, so Iona, what do you do on Saturnia Eve Day?
Well, parties are just so many people all in one place. It's overwhelming. It's exhausting. Let's not get involved with that at all.
There is an oasis about 20 minutes walk from the city.
Well, that's fair enough. But
It has some very interesting creatures. None dangerous, by the way. It is a sanctuary. It is an animal sanctuary.
/ zoo.
But there's no predators.
I'm sorry, Iona. You're perfect to go there. You can eat all you want. There's no other predators.
It's got a pacifism dome.
Meh.
Well, I mean, it is tempting to go there and free all the animals because I don't believe in cages, but...
No, they can leave. They can leave. If the animal is in the sanctuary, nothing can hurt it.
Oh, so it's not it's just a zone of non-violence that the animals can come and
that's
go
all
from.
it is. It's a zone of non-violence. It's a safe zone.
We can't hear you, Lee. Lee,
we can't
hear you. You're muted.
I was gonna say, they're probably thinking, hey, this is a really cool place because no violence and no predators. And so they probably, oh, that's actually really clever. Like,
well, I should say,
set up
no
a habitat
predation.
and then
There are
attract
predators,
local
but there's no
wildlife as a...
predation. There's no predation. There are predators, but there's no predation.
Right, well, I mean, I would imagine a predator wouldn't stay there particularly long. They'd have to leave to find food, whereas prey animals wouldn't. So you'd probably see more prey animals living there more frequently simply because it's a better adapted habitat.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. So a predator probably would be like a scavengers or might go looking for maybe something who died of natural causes or would just go if they were injured. I mean, it could be interesting. That's an interesting dynamic. Sorry.
The only like way that something could be eaten inside the realm of nonviolence is if it dies of natural causes. Like a predator could come in and eat it.
You
If it
probably
died
would
of
get
natural causes inside the.
yeah, you probably get a lot of scavengers who come in like as an opportunistic thing because there's no predator, so because they would
There's a
prefer
bunch
live
of fat,
prey.
lazy hyenas and lions in there. That's what's in there. Fat and lazy lions and hyenas.
See, this isn't a savanna. This is a desert.
That's true. There's probably like, well, I guess it depends on how often creatures die of natural causes. But if there is one, there'd probably be a lot of vultures, and I bet it's like a whole bird watching thing among the locals. Like, oh, there's kids are gonna be the vultures because they're gonna come and that'd be cool.
Yeah, like they can tell like the bone cleaners can tell when they need to go over to the oasis because they can see the vultures circling.
That'd be kind of cool.
Okay. At any rate, I'm thinking for the morning at least, probably rather than like actively get involved with the festival, I'm seeing Yolna using a wild shape to just turn into a regular cat and then wander around the festival causing problems. You know, stealing skewers from a grill here, just jumping up on someone's shoulder and surprising them there.
So
Cat
you turn
stuff.
yourself into a sphinx cat. A sphinx, the hairless cats that live in the desert.
Or
No,
the
that's not how that
serval,
works.
the serval, the serval cats, the ones that are really large and they also live in the desert.
Well, that's certainly fair, but that's not really how wild shape works. That can only be animals I've like studied and experienced, so it would have to be like a non-here cat.
A tabby.
Basically, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, I can only wild shape for 2 hours right now, so eventually the fun of just, you know, getting people to bolt because they think something is sneaking up behind them is gonna wear off, and yeah, let's go see what this
While you're
this
running
weird
around,
thing
you
is like.
also find something else you see is a giant sandworm transportation company. Kind of like camel rides, but giant sandworms.
When you say giant, like how big is this sandworm?
The movie of Dune, the giant sandworm from Dune.
That's ridiculous.
Well, that's just impractical. I mean, I
You
guess it works for
know-
long distance transportation, but that's not going to get you anywhere in the city.
No. It's on the edge of the city. It's not in the city. It's on the edge of the city.
You
It's
know,
like,
my wife
it's an
says
intercity
also,
transport system.
like, we're talking Tremors here, right? Not quite the size of Dune. Because those are the Tremors worms are a little more practical depending on what the rest of the ecology is.
These are bus worms. It's not singular people riding it. It's like the old god worm from Dune size, because it is a intercity, interdesert city transport system, so it's got to carry a lot of people.
Okay, so you're really talking like the biggest possible fucking sandworm ever. A purple worm is small compared to this. Yeah, a purple
Probably.
is small compared to what you're talking about here.
Probably.
Okay.
But is a purple worm small compared to the great old one from Dune?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Very much so, yes.
Yeah, purple
By
one's only,
magnitudes.
Like 6-10 feet diameter, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Purple worms. You could the great old one could eat 5 or 6 purple worms in a bite.
Oh.
The big worm is 2 miles long.
It's not quite that big, but
Somewhere in between. It is in fact a bus-sized worm, not an enormous.
Like they think the cat bus. It's an actual bus worm. You get inside it and it swims underground.
Yeah. It's pretty much it has a It has a cabin on its back.
That's a little more
Okay.
practical.
There
Yeah,
we go.
that
It's double
more
decker
practical.
style.
Yeah, for sure.
So think Dinotopia with the Brontosaurus transportation system. But instead of a Brontosaurus, it's a giant sandworm.
Okay, yeah, that's much more reasonable than a dune worm.
Except it's enclosed so that, like, if any sandstorms happen, people don't get buried in the sand inside the container.
Ah, very well. Well, let's go look at this weird dome and see what that's about.
Yeah, so you get over there and you see some very beautiful and creatures, and some you thought were actually extinct.
Well, now I'm intrigued.
So how many creatures are you seeing that can affect your wild shape?
That's the question.
There are some oryx.
How are they alive?
Not aurochs, the cows. I'm talking about oryx as in the ancient bats.
Oh, okay. That's another story.
ORYX, not AUROCH. There's like two of those, but there are two aurochs, but there's a whole bunch of oryx.
All right.
Yeah, a bunch of the bat creatures and two of the cow creatures, along with couple zebras, a lioness, two leopards, a jaguar, no hyenas, couple camels, lots and lots of non-poisonous snakes. Couple large scorpions, some baby sandworms.
Now that I'm interested in.
They're about 3 feet long.
That's perfectly okay.
They're 3 feet long, but they're like 6 feet around.
That seems backwards. Because if they're 3 feet, which is just like it's like that long, 3 feet, right? That's a yardstick roughly. But
Yeah.
they're 6 feet around, which is roughly this. That's a grub. That's not a worm.
They're dune worms.
That's a grub.
Their circumference out proportions their length when they're babies.
There's
When they're baby, yeah, they're
there's
little
a baby
little
worm in the
blue
second
blue-
movie, and it
yeah.
very clearly does not look like that.
I haven't seen the second movie, okay? I'm going off of my knowledge from the first movie.
Also, yeah, well,
All
Also,
right.
yes, Breezy, you're right. There are chubby little wormies.
okay, chubby little wormies. I like it.
Yeah, Breezy in the chat on stream said that.
Yes. Chubby little woms. Indeed. All right. We're at about halfway through, so we usually take our break here. We should finish up with Yolna, and then we'll take our break.
Okay.
Sounds good.
There are a couple other things you see. What like outside of the the dome, there are a couple giant scorpions. As in the scorpions from Clash of the Titans.
Interesting.
I mean, a giant scorpion is still only like a
They're
CR4.
tiny compared to a sandworm. But
Still
they're
only
still
like
huge.
a CR4. I mean, you could easily become one.
I don't think that's the case.
When you're
Still
higher
pretty
level.
limited at this point.
When
At
you're
a higher
higher
level,
yeah.
absolutely, yes.
You've now seen one. I mean,
Um,
I had a
Yeah.
druid turn into a platypus on me once.
There are a couple platypi.
This is a zoo. This is a zoo, not a sanctuary if there's platypi here.
No, there are a couple platypi skeletons.
Oh, well, that's a whole nother
Oh.
ball game.
Undead platypi.
Don't tell Yorick,
That's
he'll put him in
just
the cart.
Yes, there's a couple undead platypi. And there's also someone familiar from the carriage.
Oh?
Helen.
Oh, she's one of our skeleton creatures, right?
Yep, the Hydra.
Oh, well, right. Okay.
She's playing with the skeleton platypi.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Just make sure she gets back, okay? Because we don't want to leave her behind. I mean, let's just make sure she gets back.
Faster than the carriage.
I'm sure the carriage will scoop her up. There's no escaping it. No, mostly I don't understand why all this. I mean, animals don't usually like it when the undead are around, and that's kind of a big thing for them. So that's pretty strange.
Oh, you're talking about Remus, Jen.
Well, yeah. Breezy asked about it. I said we have a lot of skellies in there. So, yeah.
Like a
No, it's fine.
two-headed owl bear.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Like a two-headed skeleton owl bear.
Anyway, I was letting you finish up with Yolna here, so.
But yeah, the last thing you see is Helen playing with the skeleton platypi.
Well,
It's
that's just ruined my
recruiting.
entire afternoon. I'm taking home.
There's Oryx, Aurochs, a few different felines, including a jaguar, the skeleton platypi, Helen,
Those giant scorpions.
outside the barrier, the baby wormies, some large scorpions that they're not like huge, but they're like that long,
Hmm.
2.5 feet long. So pretty big. Not poisonous at all. To humans, at least.
Might need to talk to you later about those worms and get info on how the CR works there. But other than that, yeah, I think I'm good.
The baby ones are within your purview.
Rad. Love a burrow speed.
It would definitely come in handy in this next little leg of the journey.
Yes,
But
indeed.
they don't have a lot of hit points, though.
Okay. Good to
They
know.
might be a CR2, but they don't have a lot of hit points.
Roger that. Like I say, I'll have to get the deets from you at some point, but like maybe not right now while we're
Yeah, you'll just post
Yeah.
that up in the Discord. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back in roughly 10 to 15 minutes.
All right,
See you
break
soon.
time. Let's do it.
Yeah.
See ya.
1. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're going to continue our Artifacts of Romulus adventure. What's going on now? It's we finished our Saturday. We finished our Saturday event. What else do we got?
Saturday event?
Saturn, Saturnalia, it's all the same guy.
Saturnia.
Saturnia.
It's the same.
Saturnia
It's Saturn's.
event.
It's Saturnia's day. It's Saturday.
Okay.
Well, no, Saturnia isn't a day of the week. It's a month.
Right, but it's Saturnia. So this was our Saturday event. This was a Saturnia Day event, the big event.
The last day of it's New Year's Day. It's New Year's Eve, pretty much, is what that is.
Yeah.
So it's like
Fair.
Yeah, that's now the next morning.
Yeah. Okay? So, Sorknir had put up all the setup like this morning. So throughout the day, you had been carrying them back and forth between the platform to prepare for tonight. When I guess like in this world, it would be at dawn, like 2 hours before dawn of tomorrow. The fireworks would go off and last until dawn.
Okay.
And then you got drunk
bad.
after setting it all up, and you didn't have to worry about pressing the button.
I feel
no.
because that was the first night. So in my mind,
he was
he has
drunk
now
last
gone on
night.
a bender without. Just went into like a crazy drinking hyper focus loop of
He went from drinking all
until
night.
wee hours in the morning, then getting to work in the workshop, working the entire day, and then it's the evening that's now New Year's Eve, and apparently now we're waiting until like 2 hours before dawn to set them off, and they're just gonna keep going.
Well, no, with the amount of fireworks you have, you only have to wait like another 2 hours, because with the amount of fireworks you set up, you're gonna last from midnight all the way. For those fireworks are gonna last like 6 hours.
All right.
So from midnight to sunrise.
My fireworks just last a really long time. It's magic, okay? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking
long-lasting fireworks.
That's a useful skill to have.
Artificial
Good stamina and fireworks is a very, very useful skill to have.
Yeah.
You set out like 3,000 fireworks. And each firework is its own little it's not multiple fireworks to create a set.
Firework is its
Each
own like
firework
5
is
minute
its own set.
Exactly. So,
The Roman candles are really intricate.
Yeah, plus I had time to make Roman candles and sparklers for the children to burn themselves.
Oh no, those aren't Roman candles. Aren't the ones bottle rockets. Bottle
I was
rockets and
thinking
sparklers
for burning things, but whichever. As long as I have also sown chaos in the midst of this.
Oh, you also made spitter sparklers for chaos. Which are sparklers that when you light them, the sparks go past the tip and just like shoot out past the tip.
It's like halfway to a bottle rocket. I'm making hybrid sparklers now. This is wonderful.
It's kind of like a mixture. It kind of looks like a handheld firework.
Yep. Sounds about right. Beautiful. So I do all of that. There are lots of
light. It goes up and it blows up. That's it.
There are several small residential fires throughout the day.
Yeah, and then so when it gets about 10 o'clock is when you light a couple standing torches next to a table, or not table, some barrels, and you have a sign in front of the barrels that says "For the Kids." And it's the sparklers, the spitter sparklers, the bottle rockets, some child-safe launchers.
Beautiful. Child-safe launchers, my favorite.
Yeah, what it is that they have a safety feature where if anyone under a certain age is nearby, they won't shoot up.
There we go. Perfect.
So people have to be out. And when anyone under the age of majority is in a certain vicinity around the rocket, it won't go off.
There we go.
It will just sit there until everyone is out of the vicinity, and then it'll go off.
Perfect. Reverse proximity alarms.
Yep.
Beautiful. So I set these up at a few stations, and Sorknir admires his handiwork.
Yeah, and you set off you set off a single firework just to kind of draw attention to the table. And you get a rush of not just dwarven, elven, halfling, kobold, lizard folk. You don't just get those kids. You also see a bunch of Jotun kids, Mooseville kids, Leonin, a couple Harangon kids. All come running and just have fun for the next 2 hours.
All cultures bear witness to the superiority of dwarven customs.
Yeah, and the dwarven kids are literally just staring up at you with like admiration.
He
Meanwhile,
looks at them,
Yolna over in the barn,
crosses his
buried
arms,
under a
and
pile of
nods in
hay.
satisfaction. What did you say?
What was that?
Said, meanwhile, Yolna over in the barn, buried under a pile of hay, just going, if he ever does this again, I'm going to eat him, I swear.
The fireworks are going off. The cat is hidden. Freaking out.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
everyone is celebrate. It's one of those like smash cuts of like best day ever. Smash cuts to Yolna in the bar. I'm going to
Oh, there is a around the residential districts and the like Yona wouldn't have to be hiding. There's a sound dampening field around the residential homes, like the residential district, and the like the taverns and inns.
Except he's inside of it.
No. It the sound dampening works both ways on the inns and taverns.
Sorknir specifically sends several hours worth of fireworks like within the sound dome. Not to piss off the Leonin, just wanting to make sure that everybody gets to hear his work.
And so Rafe has picked up at some point, knowing you were working on that fireworks, some wax, like the soft like wax that's easy to mold all the time, and cotton, and she mixed the two together and stuck them in her ears.
You could sleep.
Rafe knows what she's doing. She's got siblings, younger
I
siblings.
think Rafe also picked up a with how when you saw how many fireworks he was pulling out of the carriage that he made. I think you also got a sleep mask.
I don't need one. You can't see her when you go in the room.
Oh, okay.
She's disappeared.
Under all
So
of the
she makes
A little
bar
up under the
blanket.
covers.
Pillows, blankets, massive pile of stuff. You're pretty sure she stole some from the storage room, but you're not sure.
She makes a bunny burrow.
She burrowed. Yeah. Her
Yeah,
earplugs are in, so
It goes on all night from midnight to 6. The first ones that went off were the ones inside the sound barrier. After that, it was completely silent.
okay.
Now it is the first of Marzon.
okay,
First month of the year.
and we have to leave and go back to the grimy, dark basement, secret place and go find the greaves and stuff, right?
Yes. No, not the greaves, the gauntlets. Wait, did I say the greaves or did I say the gauntlets?
Gauntlets.
Gauntlets. You're right. I mixed them up. Okay, gauntlets.
Gauntlets.
Yorick can't wear armor, so he gets confused sometimes.
It's like they're all the same.
It's armor. We'll find him.
So, what do you guys do?
Back through the 20-minute dwarven song for memorizing every single intricate piece of armor and how they're connected together.
The shin's connected to the boot.
Exactly. That's
The boot's
exactly what I
connected to
had
the
in my
greaves.
head.
The greaves connected to the skirt. Skirt's connected to the belt. Belt's connected to the breastplate.
That's how you keep your head. Oh,
Helmet goes on the head.
it
That's
is
how you keep
time.
your head.
So
Wizards
who's
lead
coming to
out
get Rafe
with
in the
deep
morning?
droves.
That would be Horatio.
Okay.
All right.
Horatio walks in, and there is a 5-foot tall pile of pillows and blankets on this bed.
Taller than him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's taller than Rafe with her ears down. You're not
Oh.
sure where she's somewhere in this thing.
Mm.
It is a pile.
Yeah, Horatio literally just waves their raises their hand, and a tome pops out of their satchel and floats over their hand.
Okay.
They are a wizard.
Rafe is still out cold out underneath this pile.
No, they're a wizard. So literally, they just disapparate all the blankets and pillows.
Yeah.
They teleport them away.
Ah.
Okay. There is a bunny who still can't hear anything. Looks up at him and says, "You know, dear halfling, seeing naked nobility is not a welcome experience for most."
He goes like this.
She does take out the...
He also didn't take all the blankets. He just took the pile that was on top.
Oh, no.
You were left with a blanket over you.
When I say she was underneath the pile, I mean everything. You couldn't see her if you took... There's everything. She was in a hole.
Oh.
She
So
made
she
a
was in the
little
center.
hole underneath the pile, and that's where she was. You're not sure how she got in there either.
It's Herringon logic.
It works.
It works.
She's naked.
The master of Herringon engineering.
She's naked, and she's not happy with him.
He holds up his tome again and drops a blanket on her.
Thank you. Now, how can I help you this day?
He motions for her to take the cotton and wax out again.
She takes it out.
Apologies, my good miss. I didn't mean to leave you exposed. I was just coming in to wake you up, and I saw the pile. I thought you had done a reverse Princess and the Pea type situation.
Kind of, yeah. It's fine.
It
that's
is
fine.
morning. The rest of your companions seem to be ready.
I
And
suppose.
I offered to come and get you.
All
I will
right.
leave you to get dressed. And he walks out and closes the door.
She does come downstairs about 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
She is awake, fine, perfectly okay. All right, so we're going after those gauntlets, huh?
We
Nice.
have to.
Seems that's the case.
I get. We. Oh no. The god said we had to. We have to. I know. I got to build a snowman.
Enjoy it while it lasts. That's all you can do.
The Emirian is carrying said snowman.
Oh, you brought the little. And it's not melting.
No, the Emirian is carrying it in a block of perma ice.
Okay, I can't.
It's crystal clear perma ice, so it's kind of like it's encased in resin kind of thing.
Now you have to
Well, that's
snowball.
sweet. No, you didn't have to save the snowman. It was silly. Snowmen aren't meant to be saved. But
And
isn't it
Xavier just goes like this. Just going, like, just holding it up to you. Like a proud little child holding the picture up to you.
It's very, very cool. It's very cool. Here. All right, come on. I'm going to scoop him up and throw him on my shoulders, which is not easy now because he's getting big.
Partially melts into your shoulder. So he's pretty much just like his head and his shoulders are just like he molds his lower body into the back of your shoulder blade. So he's pretty much just like it just is he's from the waist up, he's sticking out of your shoulder blade.
I don't think that's how did you... We're gonna have to have a discussion about this, but okay.
He's soul bound to you. Of course, he can do that.
Yeah, but he's okay. It's fine. It's fine, sweetie. Okay, all right. It's cool. You
That is a horrifying abomination. What
Yeah.
are you doing, Yorick?
He's not. He doesn't mean it. He's not a horrifying abomination. It is a little.
And Marion just turns to you and gives you the double bird.
Hey, be nice to Sorknir. Don't say that about him. He's sweet.
I was referring to the bonding of your souls.
I mean, he
You've
was.
known about that since the beginning.
Yeah, I mean I mean, if feel like if they, you know, my own God himself put him with me. I think we kind of have to be soul bond. If a god gives you a creature like this, you kind of get stuck being soul bond. I think, right?
Not to where your bodies intermix.
Well, we need to work on this. This is a behavior we need to learn not to do. But that's, you know,
That's a Yon and a Miriam specific thing because you're both creatures of ice.
Yes, I realize why he can do it. I prefer.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, so let's just continue on from there. This is just.
We're gonna have to talk about
Just
this.
start with a couple of the party members. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Sorknir is freaked right out.
Yeah, Yorick is also a little freaked out, and he's like, "Come on."
The Amirian, seeing how even his partner is freaked out, like literally just slithers down your body and just plops on the ground next to you.
You can ride up on his shoulder. Promise.
Standing. He's not pouting or anything. He's standing next to you, holding a sword made of ice.
Oh, a sword. Is he?
To you, it's a butter knife, but to him, it's a sword.
Well, yeah. Okay, he has a.
Rafe pats it on the head. Yes, you're very brave protecting him, but right now you need to listen to him and put it away.
Wait, is there like a credible threat, or is he just panicking?
No. It's like the Amirian is like, if I can't ride on your back, I'm gonna stand next to you with a sword.
Yeah, put the sword. Look, you can ride on my shoulders, but you have to promise you're a completely separate shape, okay? Promise? Promise, completely separate.
Morp kind of just floats up and just shifts into like a some kind of conglomeration shape, and they kind of do a fusion hoe kind of move.
No. Bracelet.
Huh?
I say no. Bracelet.
Oh, you're talking Morp.
I'm telling Morp to become a bracelet.
Uh-huh.
No, they just go, you?
Yeah.
They're just messing around.
Yeah, I'm telling them no, stop, become a bracelet.
Yeah, they become a bracelet on the Amirian's wrist. And the Amirian just crawls up Yorick's back and just sits on his shoulder. Doesn't stand there, sits there.
Yes, good job,
Okay.
all right? Two separate forms and you can ride.
So we need to go to the deep.
Yes, to the
The
deep.
deep realm, yeah. Now, does anyone know how to reach the deep realm? Horatio is asking that.
The last time I was in a
would
deep
assume we go
realm,
down, yes?
it was through a portal in the wilds. No. I do not wish to repeat that experience.
We will find it without issue, Horatio, unless you are offering another method you are aware of.
There is a, what is the word? Relay station for the Sandworm Express that is near a shaft that goes directly to the deep realm. It's an old dwarven mining shaft.
That does sound promising. Give us a moment, please, he says to Horatio, and turns back to the party, and basically explains that he had previously thought that we should go back down to the statue area, but given this new information that this is a dwarven area that is rumored to have this, he recommends that we go there instead.
Sure. It's better than going into the wilds to
I'm-
find a portal. These things are random and
It
hard.
certainly seems easier.
Yeah, we can go wherever you think it is. Sorkner, you know I don't know these things. I'm protection. In backup. I'm not the brains of the operation. Wherever you think it is, we go.
That was Fro.
Okay. Well, to be fair.
Fro has never been the brains of the operation. It's always been Sorknir or Wraith.
Yeah, Rafe is like the smart one. Sorknir has some idea of what's going on. Yona knows everything about everyone, but doesn't do anything with it.
That's
So-
at least what
Well
that's
said.
that's
Sorkner
Yorick's
is
point
brilliant,
of
but he
view.
doesn't know what's going on.
Is that Yorick's view on the world?
Yeah. Yorick is... Rafe knows what she's doing.
Rafe
Sorknir
is
is sensible and
aware
like
of what's
knows
going on.
random things about stuff. Yona probably knows a lot of stuff, but just doesn't with stuff. And then Fro is just operating on a completely different level. So Yorick does not understand. And Yorick is just like, if we need to know things, we ask people. Otherwise, we just live with not knowing. He knows stuff about like snow and things, but we don't go to snowy places. So,
At least not yet.
not yet. He doesn't understand magic. His understanding of magic is entirely visceral and vibes based. He does not understand technicalities of magic.
He's a
so.
sorcerer. It's always vibes based.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, he knows how to deal with animals, and he's good at like
Mhm.
carrying stuff around. But he doesn't. He can handle people, but like knowing things is just straight over his head.
Thank you.
He's the himbo.
Beats, for your information.
Exactly, he is the himbo.
Make good use of it.
All right.
Let us go, party.
Which
Let's
way
go.
sta-
have adventures.
which way
to
station
do.
is it, Horatio? How many outs?
is one of the it was one of the Sandworm express way stations.
Which number? Is it station 1, 2, 3? What from here? Do you know?
It's a way station. It's not a.
Surely you will be able to
It's the
describe
mine station.
All right.
how many abandoned mines could there be in the desert here?
Well,
You'd
as
be
many as there's
surprised.
desert, like,
Abandoned ancient dwarf ruins.
well, I
You'd
don't
be
know.
surprised.
There could be lots, right?
I mean, we found one like 2 days ago, so there's at
Right.
least
Yeah,
two
like
of
there
them.
could be lots. You don't know where they
that
are.
was a second era catacomb. It wasn't just dwarven.
Fair. Also,
Sarkir
like-
makes this extremely minor correction to the group.
right, but how
Oh,
many
Yoshi.
I feel like you might know if there were. Well, I guess if there's only one, then you would know if there were only one, right? If there were more than one, you'd know about them all. Maybe because you're smart.
No, it's no. I just told you. It's the mining substation.
So there's
Okay.
only one. But Sorknir would know,
You're
right?
asking Sorkir.
We'll ride the Sandworm Express. Sure. How the Sorknir? What about the carriage?
It will.
I mean,
find
it'll
us
follow us,
as
don't
the
worry.
need.
Oh, Rafe. It was glowy. You
Sense.
didn't see. Rafe,
I saw it the next day. They have my face on the side of a fucking carriage. No.
do you want?
Me.
I can hang a
Sarknir hadn't noticed this in his drunken focus.
Oh, do you want me
You
to
literally tapped
you want
your
me to
own
cover it up?
picture and you ended up in your room.
Rafe? Do you want me to cover it up? Would that make you feel better?
No, it would not. I don't know what. Anyway,
Sorknir, in your drunken haze, you literally tapped your own picture and just ended up in your workshop.
Just through sheer instinct, just walks straight into his own face. It's like this is normal.
Yeah.
And now that he's sober,
Yeah.
Sarknir goes and has a discussion with the carriage about remaining incognito and requests that the symbols be removed once they leave the city.
Oh, the symbols disappear. The curious is the only symbol that is visible at the moment. Anyway.
Regardless, Sarknir explains his wish that it not display their presence once they're out of the city.
anyway, Horatio,
The avatar
please-
pops up and just kind of nods.
Sarknir gives his also nod of
The avatar.
as we're leaving, Rafe turns to Horatio and says, "Thank you for the information. Do bill the embassy. The Duchess will pay for it.
Okay.
There is no evidence at all that this should be the case."
I'll kind of pat his shoulder. She's legit. I mean, I'll pay for our rooms, but if she says Duchess will pay, she can make
The
that happen.
Duchess will pay. Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh, it has already been taken care of.
Oh, who?
In that case, thanks. And
Huh.
she walks out the door.
A unusual character came into yesterday and paid for all of your accommodations,
Oh,
along
who?
with dropping a letter off for Sorknir,
Oh, well,
or Master Dwarf. Dropping a letter off for Master Dwarf.
Sorknir. Yeah. What? Who was it? Wait, an interesting character. Suspicious interesting or just fun interesting?
Sarknir has left to have that
Usual.
conversation with the carriage at this point, so you'll have to ask Horatio.
Rafe it said it was taken care of. Rafe walked out the door.
Wait.
Unusual.
Unusual how? Because we have friends, enemies, people who want us to do what we do, people who we have there's a lot of moving parts, and I feel like if someone's paying for a room secretly behind the scenes, this might
He
be
gave
important.
me this, and he pulls a lanyard from under his, not lanyard, but like a thong from under his neck, and on the thong is a white feather.
Huh. From a snowy owl?
Potentially, but it is rather large.
I mean,
It's a rather large feather. It could be anything between a large bird or an ASMR. It could be anything that has large feathers.
snowy owls have large white feathers, though, and we know snowy owls who.
Yes. But also Romulus.
That too.
Yeah, whatever. It's been paid for. Don't worry about it.
I mean, that's like a thing you do for people, like your kids or your friends or.
Rafe doesn't care. She doesn't have to bill her mom. It's fine.
Yorick is like not worried about this because
Yorick can worry about it on the road. When you don't come out like 3 minutes later, Rafe walks in and drags you out the door.
wait, but
Even though Yorick is bigger than her.
I mean, Rafe.
She's
if
pushing him, pulling him.
If Rafe pushes, Yorick will go. But Yorick is like, but isn't that weird? It's like a thing, right?
It happens. Don't worry about it.
Did they
Look,
expect?
look, it's just like the prophecies. You don't fight it, don't question it. It happens if it's supposed to.
Well, but
That's all there is. You're dealing with gods. Don't worry about it. Just keep going with it. Because if you do worry about it, then you start to question things, and that causes problems.
but
Hearing this part of the conversation, Sorknir yells from the driver's seat of the carriage. Exactly. Get worried. You're about to ride giant worms in the deserts.
that doesn't sound
If you
too
feel
scary,
that bad
right?
about it, you could always just knock it over and see what happens.
Well, wait, no, don't knock things over, Yona. Don't do it.
Knock it over?
Yeah, cat logic.
Yona, you know. Okay.
So yeah,
Alright.
you guys make it all the way over to the Sandworm Express station and buy your tickets for a couple coppers apiece
Okay.
and hop on.
Okay. Is the
The
worm?
second all of you are off the caravan, it disappears in a flash of light.
But what about everyone on board? What if something happens to them?
Interdimensional transports. They will be fine.
Don't worry about it. The gods are involved. If you worry about it, you start questioning things, and that causes problems.
Oh, it also when the flash of light happens, you also hear the sound of an owl.
Okay. Okay. I mean, okay. Easy. All right. I'll give the worm a couple pats. Gentle. I know it's a highly trained service. Working animal, but
Get in the carriage.
I'm coming on.
In the bus.
You have no way to reach the worm. You guys are on a platform like 30 feet in the air.
Oh, and the worm goes in like a trench, and then.
No, the worm is
bus.
on the surface.
Just in the bus. I'm pushing you into the bus.
Pretty much the worm is like this next to the
platform
next to the
prevents you from
platform.
touching the worm because the worm is such a shape that you have to walk into the bus. You have to be above the worm.
Well, yeah, it's a harness on the back.
It's going like this, so it's like the compartment is on like right near its head. So it's like it's poking up out of the ground, and it's got the platform right next to the platform.
Get in the bus.
Okay.
Don't touch the worm at
Get in the
all.
bus.
I'm getting. Stop it. Rafe.
You have you make animal friends everywhere you go. Right now, you do not need to make friends with the worm.
I mean,
okay, you save that for when you're drinking the mezcal.
Okay.
We can't take it with us down into the deeps.
The mezcal?
Yeah.
Oh.
You ever eaten the worm? You've never eaten the worm?
Yeah, there's a worm in the bottom. They do keep a worm in the bottom of technicalities. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Forgot about that.
All right.
Rafe's knowledge of things all astounds you.
Okay.
Sorry, at any rate, if it makes you feel better, that thing is a vaguely evil sentient carriage. It already ate all your friends weeks ago, and they've been fine this whole time, so...
Wait, what? Oh, you're talking about the carriage.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I would qualify the carriage as lawful evil. If there was an alignment chart, that's where it would fall.
Sorknir raises a finger to start to argue and pauses.
I'd say lawful neutral at worst.
Nope. No. Lawful
Just
evil.
decides not to get into it.
It's a code. It has a code. It sticks to the code, not the laws.
That's true. But I mean, it's our lawful evil friend, and has been helping us.
It's also it was also sung from an Yggdrasil sapling.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that's
mean it's not lawful evil.
also true. It's true. Unless
It
the
can't
different
be
saplings
evil.
are
trees are just
inherent.
trees. Trees can
It's
be
like
good
a,
or evil
a
as their
devil where if it
discretion.
stops being lawful, like if it stops being its alignment, it stops being what it is.
Exactly. Let trees be themselves.
I
The
mean,
tree is it's what it is.
trees
I'm
are
not
just
too
trees.
concerned. I'm getting in the bus and I'm going underground.
uh-huh.
All right.
I'm not
Going
in
down
a
the tunnel is gonna
cozy
be great.
hole. Not in a nice burrow. I'm in the
Yeah, so when you guys get on, once everyone is seated, buckled, like strapped in, like in a rocket ship style harness system, you got
He's got a
two
5-point
belts
harness.
around your waist, and the one that goes over each shoulder.
Only 2 of the points fit the dwarf.
Oh, do we? Oh, we have to harness up. Okay. Yorick will harness up as per This is what we're
There's a
supposed
booster seat for dwarves.
You're in a 5-point harness. Have fun.
Okay.
No,
Last time I was in one of those, I was going
going.
200 kilometers an hour down the Autobahn.
All right.
That sounds fun. Okay.
It was fun.
That's fast.
Not that fast. It really wasn't. All right. We're all strapped in.
So you guys are all strapped in and everything, and there's literally a guy standing in front of the compartment pulling a sandworm rider from Dune.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And the worm takes off.
Okay.
Oh, I appreciate the whole humans working in concert with nature thing. This is great. I don't love the harnesses.
It is not a zoo worm. It is not a zoo sandworm. And that wasn't a zoo where Iona saw the baby sandworms. That was a sanctuary.
Uh-huh.
Someone in chat was saying, ride zoo sandworm, all aboard.
I believe
No,
that's
not zoo. Z.
as in French
Ride
accent.
Ride the sandworm?
Oh, I thought it said zoo. I thought it said zoo. Yes, ride the sandworm. All aboard. Yeah, so it doesn't go below ground.
Okay.
It skims along the sand. It does go through a sand dune, though.
Hmm.
You don't get caught in sand. The carriage is enclosed.
Oh, he's just having an asthma attack. Don't worry.
Okay. Here we go.
Sorkin
Yeah, so
squares his
it's
stomach
like
to the field and
it's
he starts coughing.
going from stop to stop, and you guys reach. So as it reaches each stop, the guy that's quote unquote driving this thing
Mm-hmm.
steps into the compartment and says, "This is your stop. I mean, this stop is this stop. This stop is that stop." They announce the stops.
Right. Sure.
So you guys get through about 9 or 10 stops when the quote-unquote driver comes in and says, next stop, mine substation. Next stop, mine substation.
Oh, so that's just what it's called. That's why he was so weird about it, because that's just what it's called. That makes sense.
The gods always provide a path, Yorick.
I mean, I feel like it's more like a human, like the transportation is provided by the people of the city. They made the system.
Yeah,
right?
this is definitely the worm doing the work, not the gods.
I mean, the people of the city who train the worm too. I mean,
the person that's driving the worm is not from the city.
This worm is definitely not trained.
well, then the driver's really skilled to get it to go where it needs to go.
The driver's a druid, a sand druid.
Oh, huh. But whoever built the platforms, they made it all like happen, and then got the sand druid to do the thing, which is kind of cool. That they just let the people need to get to where they want to go, so they make sure that everyone always has a way to get where they need to go in the city. That's really cool. Like,
yeah, but so you guys arrive at the substation, and instead of the sandworm doing its normal shoot up from the ground and turn over, it just literally just burrows down a little bit, so it's level with a platform that's closer to the ground.
Huh. Okay.
Because this is a substation, not a normal station.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Well,
We're
all right.
at our space.
Very well.
Pile off, and I'll call out to them. Thank you for
At the end, that is so dang funny. It's a scam, really. It's two druids taking turns being the worm. But the thing is this worm would be like a CR 20 or 30.
Ah, well.
Well, I mean, epic levels do exist in the third-party products. So if you find 3PP, you can get epic levels.
So it's a literal god worm druid, then, is what you're telling.
It's a druid god turning into a worm, just for shits and giggles.
Just
well,
for
to provide
a
public
taxi
transportation for the people of the city, which is kind of cool.
It's literally just.
Which, to be fair,
it's
kind
two druidic
a lot of lores.
Turning into a giant sandworm.
The god is just like, this is what I do now.
I mean,
two druidic deities, or druidic patrons, just turning into sandworm.
I mean, public transportation is a noble calling.
Exactly. Godlike, even some might say.
Like the druidic gods are just like two druid gods get together one day. And they're like, I'm bored. The other one's like, I'm bored too. Wanna know what we should do? Become a giant sandworm and transport people.
Let's head down into the mine now that we're off the dang. We've reached the mine substation. We've gotten off.
So
down we go.
Down we go.
It takes about 3 hours to go from the top of the shaft down to the bottom.
Are there stairs, or
No,
is it
it's a mine elevator.
Ooh, and it takes 3 hours on the elevator.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called the Deep Realm for a reason.
We've hit bedrock. Oh, there goes the bedrock. Welcome to the Nether.
Yorick is
Sorkir is
how
labeling
big
all of the different Earth substrates as you're going down, and just no one can get any rest because every 5 to 10 minutes he's explaining more about it.
Yorick is paying careful attention, but also how big is this elevator?
It's plenty spacious. It can fit about 50 dwarves.
Okay.
Comfortably.
It's not
It's like 30 people.
Not
It can fit 50 dwarves in formation comfortably.
Yeah, dwarves are
That's what I said.
Dwarves are as
they're wide.
Yeah,
Dwarves are wide.
They're so it's plenty big, but how tall is it also?
You don't have to bend down.
Okay, but I bet his head's right if it's meant for dwarves.
No. I'm saying the space is it can fit 50 dwarves comfortably in formation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dwarves aren't tall though, they don't get stacked.
We're just on a platform, Yorick. We're not. I don't think we're in an elevator shaft.
There's no top to this elevator because you haul up giant ass blocks.
It's one of those elevators.
We're going down the platform.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a platform. It's not a.
Okay, good.
It's not a enclosed box.
Okay, good. Because
Your up is pretty much limitless.
Okay, good. Good.
Your up is the sky. And the
Yorick
the sky.
likes this. Yorick approves.
As we reach a certain point,
It's
Rafe
literally
takes
just
out the little
4
ring of light
chains.
that she bought, slips it on the finger, and turns that and taps it on and starts pointing her finger.
Yeah, all of a sudden you guys pass through a roof.
Huh.
So you guys have been going down through through the shaft for a while. Now you've just passed through the roof of the giant cavern.
Huh. Oh, so then it widens out when we go through?
It's like you literally they broke through the roof of the cavern
And
in the center.
right, so there's more area around, and it's not just a narrow. Okay.
You're literally just like floating in midair from 4 chains on a platform.
Okay.
And it just keeps going down.
And is there any like does it have like 4 corner shafts supported, or is it just
The 4
entirely
chains.
and so it can sway? Oh.
Because if it had 4 pillars, then when you were hauling heavy blocks of stone and other materials up, if the block shifted, the pillars would break and
not if you. That's why you secure the loads. It's an infrastructure thing, because then it always fits up the shaft too. Because if the part below the cavern doesn't have that, you'd have to be really careful when you get it up to the shaft that it doesn't swing out.
The elevator platform is exactly the size to go up the shaft. So if they make it bigger than the platform, it can't go up.
Well, if the
So this is the this is the shaft, right? This is the elevator side. So there's like inches of room. Well, probably a couple feet. So the outside edge versus the flat part.
right,
The elevator is like perfect to the shaft.
Exactly.
right, but then if it goes beyond the shaft, then it how does it stay that?
Dwarven construction. It's very, very precise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you not get lateral movement
Don't think
if it's
about
just
it.
chains as opposed to support beams when it's pressing in?
Don't think about it. It's dwarven construction.
Once
It's
you
ancient
get
dwarven
up near the
construction.
top of the tunnel, obviously you just naturally stop shaking, so you can easily fit right back into the slot to go back up.
The chains run along the edges of the 4 corners, so it stabilizes it as you get up.
That makes some sense. You just have to be careful when you get up; they don't sway too much.
Exactly.
That's why it all runs on the same button.
And it's
Push
easy
the
because
button
you've
and
got
the
your
whole thing goes
platform,
up and down together.
and you just know like we were saying, we just know that you don't put load on outside of the platform.
Well, yeah,
and
of
then you're
course.
okay.
But that's how you do. Okay. But you could do that with pillars. Yeah. Anyway.
There's this. It's dwarven construction. Don't question it.
It's so simple, even a halfling can load this.
I'm not that smart, okay?
Everybody do a perception check.
All right.
So here you have advantage.
Ooh. I got an 18.
Okay. Storknir has advantage because of dwarven ancestry.
Fair.
Dirty 20 back here.
Okay. Rafe?
I'm rolling real well in the few rolls I've made tonight.
What'd you got?
8. I got an 8.
What are we rolling on again? Sorry.
Perception.
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 20. Dirty.
Dirty 20. All right.
Or excuse me, 21.
21.
Still dirty.
Dirty 21. Those that got over a 15. Oh wait, have you all put on your rings of light?
Yorick has a cool ability just to light stuff up. I have like a ability like mage light.
Your body glows.
Yeah, so I'm just glowing. Because this is the time to use it. If you have light, this is the time to use it.
I mean, I have
Fiona?
the spell light, but, a magic ring that glows and gives me like an aura would be much better.
Well,
Saves my cantrips for later.
That's not how cantrips. Tradition. We actually have.
I don't have to concentrate. There's layers.
Okay.
Non-concentration spell.
Rafe doesn't care.
Because
a glowing ring is perfect.
So pretty much, those that got over 15 and can see, you see a large dwarven city.
Ooh.
Abandoned in ruin. It is a mining city. What Sorknir sees. It is an underground mining city.
Huh.
Everyone else that got over 15 can see it's just a large dwarven city. And you can tell it's dwarven because there's giant statues of dwarves.
I mean, I would imagine dwarven architecture has a vibe to it.
One of the former home cities of my mother's side.
Oh.
It is.
I thought the deep dwarves were your father.
Being home. Mom, I made sure to double check before I said it again.
Okay, great. Okay.
I almost certainly have said it incorrectly at some point throughout. So I'm double checking.
Mm-hmm.
It's Mom.
Yeah. So it was your mom's side of the family was the deep dwarves?
Yeah.
But see, the deep dwarves are from higher up too, but so this being a deep dwarf city is big.
Huh.
Deep dwarves.
I have to
there's
confess,
also-
there's something I don't quite understand here.
Huh?
Well, it's just that this city's supposed to be abandoned, right? And everyone's gone and all that, but there's a public transportation stop that goes here? I mean...
I feel like, well, hang on. I mean, there's probably stuff around it on the upper city. Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably like there's what I'm imagining is there's the upper city, and then if you get off the stop at the upper city, there's like buildings and stuff, and then you go to this part of the area nearby. It's like the stop that's next to the old abandoned mine, but there's stuff on the surface that's newer.
It's a disused substation. It's not a substation that's used all the time.
Uh-huh.
They only stopped there because you guys were going there.
So the platform.
We skipped over a conversation where we went to the
ticket counter.
The druid handler and explained this is where we wanted to stop.
When you went and got your tickets, they asked where you were going, and you guys said the mine substation.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, sure."
Yeah, so
the mine substation, of course, because there's only one for this specific area of dwarves. I'm just saying.
The mine substation. Like, that's literally the name of the substation. The mine substation.
I mean...
I feel like the point stands, though. I mean, they have a station built, and anyone can just go here whenever. And this elevator clearly still works.
But
I mean,
it is a very dangerous concept, especially with access to the deep and other things. We should probably hurry up in case the bad guys come.
Right. Well, so...
Plus,
I mean, it probably just left over from when the city was like a city, right? And it just still works because it doesn't,
They keep it maintained because adventurers come looking for dwarven goods and fight monsters down here, and some never return.
Anytime the topic of why is this still working, Sorknir just explains once again. Not explains once again. He just says underneath it. It just says under his breath, "ancient dwarven technology," and continues repeating that.
I understand that, Sorknir. My issue isn't that it works. My issue is that it's easily accessible to anyone who can afford a 2-copper train ticket. This place could be a warren of people who can't afford housing upstairs.
Well, I mean, if they are there, then they're just kind of trying to live there, right? Like, if they're
The
squatting,
deep room
right?
is a very dangerous place. Not something most people would go to.
I mean, so we're looking at desperate, the crazy, the desperate, the mentally ill, the dregs of
Adventurers
society,
looking to
the
steal ancient
people with
dwarven armor.
warrants,
The
anyone
criminal
who's squatting
elements,
here
yes.
is. Well, I mean, if they're just trying to
Anyone
squat here,
willing to
then
go up against the Balrog, yeah.
well, I mean, if they're just squatting here, then they can just live here, and we don't need to worry about them, right? I mean,
Hopefully.
they're probably just trying to live their own lives down here, and if they're trying to do that, we can just let them live here, right? I mean, it's not like we're.
That would be ill-advisable. Look, we are arriving at the bottom. I will show you one of our
Roll an Arcana check.
one of our safety measures. And Sorknir looks for 10.
You notice a slight disturbance in magic.
Oh,
In the magic.
There, I was.
But you don't know what kind of disturbance. You just notice there is a slight disturbance in magic.
When we reach the bottom, I will take a look. I believe I have found the answer to some of our qualms.
The elevator, all of a sudden, like, you guys are still like half a mile off from the ground, but the dwarven like safeguards have started to enact themselves. All of a sudden, the platform just shoots down by about 20 feet, and then the safeguards kick back in.
Sarknir, having been thinking that he was attempting to, Sorknir was focusing before on what was going on underneath them, like towards the ground. Now he looks over each of the chains and makes sure that there isn't any like immediate danger of the platform going off.
Yorick, I might have made a mistake when I explained it. The chains are attached to the roof. I mean, attached to the top and the bottom. They're not just like attached.
Oh, they're attached at the bottom as well.
Yeah, the chains are, like, you are riding down the chains.
So the chains are attached at the bottom to keep them from, and then so the chains cycle, and we're attached to the chain. The platform is attached to the chain that cycle.
So there's 4 chains.
Yeah.
The platform is on
wheels with gears going cha-chunk, 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 cha-chunk.
We are working off pulleys. Then we got chains and we got our cylinders, and we're moving them up that way and down.
It's going like the chain. It's got like the 4 corners have like cogs.
Yep.
And the cogs go down the chain.
Interesting.
And up the chain. So that's how it raises and lowers. The cogs in the 4 corners.
So the chains don't pull anywhere attached to the chains. It's because you could attach it, like weld it to the chains and then pull the chains as a way of getting the platform up and down on pulleys.
Yeah, no, it's not at the bottom. Like, the platform isn't at the bottom of the chains. It's going down the chains.
Right, and the chains are anchored as if they're 4 pillars anyway. They're just
it's not like stone or metal pillars. It's just
chain pillars, but they're both anchored on both ends, so it might as well be pillars because they're anchored.
Yeah, but it's not rigid.
Right, but it's rigid enough that it's not gonna sway.
It's
rigid enough on both ends. They're taut enough to not sway.
Yeah, it's taut enough to where it won't sway too much, but loose enough to where it's safe.
Sorknir decides that he doesn't trust the platform at this point. Now seeing that it's stuck, even though it is anchored like this, so he
it's not stuck. It's still going down. It's just like it took it took a drop, and then the safeguards kicked back. Like, so the slowing safeguard, like, so the brakes.
Okay, so we're moving down again. We're making progress.
Yeah, the brakes
didn't stop. Okay,
were kicking in. Like, the docking brakes started kicking in, and then they slipped. The platform went down, and then the docking brakes kicked back in again.
Huh.
Gotcha.
So are the brakes automatically applied as like a proximity to the bottom?
Ancient Dwarven engineering.
Yeah, okay.
Don't worry about it.
I'm curious. This is fun.
It's like in My Little Pony, you don't question Pinkie Pie.
Yeah,
But we know how Pinkie Pie works thanks to the end of the series. But anyway.
What?
Okay, let's not say we did. Point being,
Not say we do, but still,
hey,
like, I really have to finish watching that. that's another story.
Okay, so we're sorry, we're getting to we get to the bottom, and we're in the city with the buildings and stuff, or near it.
Yeah, you guys are on a you guys actually came down inside the central building of the city, which is kind of like the city hall.
And
there's
that's
also
where
a big giant opening for hauling in mining stuff, right?
Well, it's
So,
probably like the transport hub,
the
right?
equivalent of a town hall or city hall, but it's not
And
where
it's
the
dwarven.
governance happens. It's
like
where
it's like Penn Station or something, where it comes in. It's where things go in and out. It's a big transport hub.
yeah, it's the hall of the city, not city hall.
Okay, so big transport hub, and with
It's like
the
the
nature
hub.
of big
It's the
transport
hub of
hubs.
the city. It's the
Yeah,
hub.
the nature of big transport hubs is that they tend to accrue other industrial stuff.
Yeah, it's all leads to Rome. It's an all roads lead to Rome type situation.
Yeah, it's the very center of the city.
All roads lead here.
Yeah, it's like
all the roads in the city lead here.
Yeah. It's like Times Square and Port Authority are right next to each other because that's where everything happens. Also, well, anyway. Are you muted, Jen?
Port Authority is not right next to Times Square.
Yeah, fairly. It's at 42nd and 8th. That's a couple blocks over. Not far at all. I mean, considering the size of Manhattan, it's right there.
The Port Authority's further south.
No, it's 42nd and 8th.
Are you thinking of Union Station? Or Union?
No, 42nd and 8th is Port Authority. 31st and 8th is where the Penn Station is. Penn Station is 31st and 8th. Port Authority is 42nd and 8th. And then Times Square is like 48th.
Penn Station and Port Authority.
Penn Station, then Port Authority, and then Times Square is like farther up on 6th, 7th, 8th, kind of.
It's
like it's the other way. Okay, it's other closer. Right. It's the other way. It's down, but it's not.
So we're reaching the bottom of the.
Yeah, sorry, we're in the bottom of the
platform and
shaft.
And thus entering the city proper.
Yes, we're right in the middle of the big transport hub.
And as you guys dock, quote unquote dock, a large plume of steam erupts from around you.
Steam or dust?
Steam.
Oh, interesting.
Good.
Huh.
Sorknir runs off the platform.
I'll follow Sork. If the dwarf doesn't trust this shit, I'm getting off too.
No, because of the like the brakes themselves heat up when they're breaking it. So when it docks in water.
So it's like a coolant system. It goes into the water and then steams.
Okay,
and then...
so we saw the genesis of the steam. Okay, in that case, Sorknir does not freak out.
Yeah, it's not a problematic steam. It's coming from the four corners, docking into the system, and it being cooled off.
That sounded like a proximity of something like starting up at first from that description. So I was like, that would freak him out.
I just meant steam waves up from the platform.
Gotcha. No worries. Sorknir starts off very confident in, once again, wonderful ancient dwarven technology.
I mean, if it's got water cooling, it still works after all these years with pumps. Like, this is impressive.
Yeah, he's walking he walks out with hands on his hips, going from kind of worried and paranoid about this immediately to strutting about of look at the awesomeness of my people.
Yeah, you the second you Sorknir steps off, where you stepped glows, and rays of light go through channels on the ground to the walls, and then up the walls, and then just like along the walls, and all these braziers just light up.
Is this supposed to happen?
Yes.
And then it just keeps spreading out throughout the city.
Huh.
It's an activation sequence.
This is normal when a dwarf arrives.
So it would have been here if there were any other dwarves. There would have been bridges already lit.
Yes.
Okay.
The city was inactive.
Right. So wherever
Which means there's nobody there.
well, would it have? Is it just dwarves where it lights up for, or is it anyone for it lights up for? Do we know?
It lights up for dwarves, halflings, and humans.
Huh. Interesting.
Okay.
Huh.
Because those were the ones that manned the mine.
Yeah.
All right.
Dwarves, halflings, and humans.
Sure.
So where do we find the map to make sure we're going to the right spot to get to the deep?
You're in the deep.
We're in the deep. Oh, lovely.
Yeah. This city was deeper than most deep dwarf cities.
Yeah, when you say that, Sarkir points up to the ceiling. It's like that was our entrance.
Yeah, the giant cavern is the deep realm.
All right. So what we need is a dowsing rod to make sure we find the gloves. The gauntlets are necessary. We got to find the gauntlets.
Okay. Hang on. There's a spell. But I don't have it. But I think maybe Yona can
I may have something else available, and Sorknir uses his metal sights.
Roll for it.
$19.
Iona, I gave you nature sight, correct?
I don't believe I have anything of the sort. No.
Okay, I thought I gave you something nature specific, but I couldn't remember.
But
what'd you say your thing was, Sarknir?
19.
Yeah, you see.
And remember, it's not like super long ranging, so it's more like, do I see some veins and things that might like lead me in the right direction? We had decided I think it only goes like 100 feet.
You see a crap load of mithril all around you.
Sorknir's face lights up like several children's faces put together on Christmas. His smile is freakishly large, almost concerning.
Iona, there's a spell that certain types of people who use magic can do that I heard about, or shamans could do, that maybe you could do. Because you're kind of shaman
what have you got in mind?
Adjacent. So maybe you could do the shaman spell? The find the thing spell. The shamans, like, if you know you need a thing, they have a spell that lets you find the thing. It's
I suppose I could do something like that.
You have it. And we need to find the thing. And if you had the spell that makes you find the thing, you could use the find the thing spell, and then we could find the thing.
Certainly. I'll get started on that right away. And Yolna just immediately curls up and goes to sleep.
Okay, well.
Here's the thing. Some people have to sleep in order to use spells they don't normally use.
Right. I heard about that.
We need to make sure.
Has disturbed my slumber.
In the meantime, we need to find ourselves some mithril equipment to deal with whatever the fuck just talked at us.
Sarknir had already grabbed a mining pick at this point to like get started on one of the veins and just kind of like stops mid stride with the pick. Like,
forget the pick. This city is mithril. Look at it. I walk over to a wall and wipe it. It's just shiny.
Is that what my eyes see? Is that everything is made
Yeah,
of
no,
mithril?
that's what I mean. You're surrounded by mithril.
Ah, okay.
So-
I thought you
so-
meant like big veins, not that the buildings.
So-
No, you're
so-
surrounded by mithril.
So if we find some weapons, shields, armor on the ground, we might need to take that. I'm sorry, Sorknir, we may have to disturb the dead. This is a battlefield,
We paid
Um,
proper penance.
and I
That-
don't care.
For
Well,
any
if,
artifacts. We will observe the customs, but this is a time of need.
the
Which is about as close as Sorknir can get to. Yeah, that makes sense.
I well,
We're going to need to
hang on.
protect ourselves from whatever just talked.
If there's a city and there was all the people living in the city, didn't they probably have like weapons they might have stashed for later and then left if they
Well, we're going to have to deal with that next month.
There's one more thing that happened before the end. Loud stomping sound comes from the opposite side of the from where you guys exited. So you hear a grinding and stomping sound, and what pops up, what comes out of the darkness, like that's being lit up now, is a 35-foot tall mithril statue.
a mithril golem.
It just stood up from a throne.
A mithril golem.
A statue of a dwarven king. No, queen.
Queen.
A dwarven
Ooh.
queen.
Okay. Lovely. We've got a giant stone statue that's upset with us.
We'll,
Great.
we'll just talk. If it's
A metal statue. Not stone. Metal.
Whatever.
we
We'll
can
deal
talk
with
to
it in a month. Right now. Right now, we're just going to sleep for a month.
Yeah, I had to give you guys the cliffhanger. I had to leave us on the cliffhanger of the giant mithril golem.
Yulna immediately pops back up. Who dares disturb my slumber? Some of us are trying to cast spells over here.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. We will, we'll see you again. Huh, weird. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.